Okay, welcome to my channel once again. I am glad to have you here again. And we're going to treat something very important, less tedious, and but in an advanced form. Okay, and what we are going to treat today is the topic open class elements and closed system elements. It's a very simple topic, so I want you to stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel, click the like button, ring the bell, click on all so that I can get all other videos that will be posted here on this channel. Thank you. Okay, so talking about open class elements and the closed system elements, what do we mean? It simply has to do with the 8 parts of speech. Are you surprised? Yes, the 8 parts of speech. Okay, we aren't going to spend much time on this video. I just want to stay tuned. Now, talking about the 8 parts of speech, what is part of speech first? We know it that part of speech is the classification of words into 8 categories. The classification of words into 8 categories. So what we mean by that is that any word that can be altered has a particular part of speech. It can fall under 2 to 3 parts of speech. Some can just be closed, that they are in one. That is, it can be found only in one part of speech, and so. Okay, so talking about the open class and the closed system, what is the open class element? I'm going to define it in a hilarious way for you to be able to understand better. So you just stay tuned, follow me. The open class elements are those parts of speech that can give themselves out through inflectional changes. They are those parts of speech that can give themselves out through inflectional changes. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by inflectional changes. Now, when I talk about inflection, I mean a word in its form, okay, taking a morpheme to change its form. A word in a particular form, taking a morpheme to change its form, or being in another, like having a different tense, changing its tense, changing its form by adding a morpheme. So for instance, if I say boy, boy is a word, is a base word. When I add the suffix s to it, it becomes boys. Okay, so there is quite, it still has the same, it's still around the same environment. It still means the same thing, but it's only changed its form. All right, so it changed its form by adding s to it. So we can have man. We have the plural of man as men. Okay, we can have man as a verb. For instance, I tell you, go and man the door. Yes, as a verb. And in the verb part of man, we can also have the other part, which is the plural singular form, adding an s to man. So mans. He mans the door always. He was the one who manned the door. You see, I've now changed it to tense, to a past tense. Manned, adding ed to it. But it's called that it still surrounds or revolves around a particular environment, which is man as a verb. So that's inflection, when a particular word changes its form, but still around the same environment. Okay, so now if I say the open class elements are those parts of speech that can give themselves out through inflectional changes, I am going to give another definition that is going to help us understand it better. I will say that open class elements are 4 brothers that are not stingy, and they can give themselves out freely. So let's say we are 4, okay, and I have something and this person is in need of it. I give what I have to him, okay, and this other person still is in need of this little portion that I've given to this man, and he wants to get it from me. Request, please bro, can I have it from you? And the response is yes. I give this part or a part of it to him, and the last one here wants the same thing, part of it, and I won't complain. Why? Because we are under the open class element. So, oh, you need this, okay, I'm going to give it to you, and I take part of it and give to him, and he has his own out of what this person has given. Okay, so now example of it Okay, example of the part of speech that falls under the open class element are noun, verb, adverb, and adjective. Noun, verb, adverb, and adjective. Okay, now this is noun. Noun. In noun we can have man as a noun. Okay, and verb, Mr. Verb will come up and say, please brother, now can you give me part of you? He said, okay, yeah, I can, and he will give him the man. And because verb cannot take the form of a noun, okay, in its meaning, it will have to change the meaning of what noun has given to him. Now, man, which means a male adult, okay, a male adult, has now been changed to secure, to guide, security. To man means to secure, okay. And in the same verb, it can now change its form into into different ways. From man, it can have mans, manned, and the gerund, manning. You see, it still revolves around the same environment, okay. Now, maybe adverb will come up and say, please, can I get part of you? And man, noun here will say, yes, you can get part of me, and give it to adverb, and adverb will change it to manly. And so she behaves in a manly way when a girl behaves in a manly way, okay. So you can see how it goes. They can give themselves out only through inflectional changes, so give themselves out through inflectional changes, and it can happen in that way. So that is open class elements. Remember, the figures and part of speech that falls under the open class elements are noun, verb, adverb, and adjective. Take note of that. Okay, now going to the closed system elements. Remember, in open class elements, we've talked about how they can go through inflectional changes, how their forms can be changed. Okay, now in the closed system elements, we can't give them, they can't give themselves out through inflectional change. They can't even lend themselves out at all. They are stingy brothers, 4 stingy brothers that can't do anything for themselves. They can't help themselves. Let's say so. They can't give themselves through inflectional changes. Now, the fourth part of speech that falls under the closed system elements are pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Now, in pronoun, we have he, she, it, they. Now, let's try to make he plural. It's hilarious. Try it out. Just give it a try. Adding an S to he, his. Okay, let's go to conjunction. And. Let's make and a past tense. It's funny, right? Anded. That's funny. So you discover that it can't happen. If a conjunction is a conjunction, it will always only be a conjunction. Okay, now in our next video we'll talk about conjunction. We'll talk about other types of conjunction where you discover that even a comma is a conjunction. We are going deep into it, and we will also go into the part of preposition to tell you that a preposition can be anything. An interjection can be anything, not a preposition. An interjection can be anything. Interjection doesn't really mean it's an interjection. So any word can be an interjection. Even the noun can be an interjection. For instance, hey, John. John is an interjection, okay? And so let's have it in mind that the closed system elements can give themselves out, and try those examples I've given. Try to make all closed system elements plural. Try to make them, place them in the gerund form. Try to give them the past tense, and you'll discover and understand what I'm trying to explain to you. Stay tuned and expect the next video. Click the subscribe button, like the video, ring the bell to get notification on all other videos I'll be dropping.